What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Yankees Avenue Show on the Yankees Avenue YouTube channel. As usual, I'm Patrick Hennessy. That's Dan Rourke, coming fresh off a Game 4 victory, staying alive, heading to Game 5 later tonight. Dan, how we feeling?
Pat, a hell of a lot better than this morning, man. That's for sure. And to be honest, it's for one reason and one reason only. You might be able to guess.
Wait, can I guess?
No, my ace is Gerrit Cole. Were you going to guess that?
No, I was going to say, does it rhyme with Schmerit Mole?
Oh, that would have been a good one. You know what?
No,
Yeah,
I
it
know.
does rhyme
No,
with Schmerit Mole because Gerrit Cole's a baller, bro. And he absolutely justified his contract today. Simple and done. This series, ALCS MVP, if there were one, it's him.
Yeah, no, I agree 1,000%. And like, it's so crazy because I hate being like, yo, I proved everyone right. But like we talked about this at length in a lot of the postseason preview episodes that we did. And I said specifically, I was like, yo, this postseason is going to define Gerrit Cole's legacy as a Yankee. And he's done an amazing job so far. And hopefully he has multiple postseason starts to go to kind of like keep cementing that. But these first two starts in the ALDS, game 1 and game 4, I couldn't have asked for anything better. I would say that even this start tonight was better than game 1. And this was the one that meant everything, right? Gerrit Cole stepping on the mound in a rowdy Guardians stadium. The crowd was chanting, Gerrit, Gerrit.
Didn't
And
phase him.
he showed up. He gave up that one little bloop run that probably shouldn't have even been a run. Like Hicks should have caught that ball. And then the solo shot to Josh Naylor, which, bro, screw Josh Naylor. Like, what are you doing, my guy?
Yeah.
But overall, amazing start from Cole. Love to see it from him. And I really couldn't have asked for anything better.
Yeah, I think we should definitely touch a little more on the Naylor stuff in a moment.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, talk about a legacy game. Game 1 for Cole was a legacy game. And, you know, the storyline I had going into and just everybody overall was it will either seem like it was going to justify or just kind of like cement what people have been saying about him not being an ace, which has been ridiculous all along. Said it this morning on our after show of game 3 that it was times 2, times 10 for this game. The pressure I felt like that he had in game 1 compared to tonight in game 4. And dude, he balled the hell up. He really did. And I feel like getting through that 7th inning, to me, that's what cemented it as it being like, because, you know, he could go 6 innings, 2 runs, and it would have been nice. And I remember feeling that way going in. Like, you give us 6 innings, 2 runs, I won't be mad at you per se. But if you want to give us one of them bulldog ace type outings that we need to propel us to a game 5 start, give us 7. Give us 7, 2 runs. And like you said, that 1 run, touch on this real quick. I always try to give Aaron Hicks a fresh start, you know, because it seems like he'll get benched or just will go a little bit while without playing. So I kind of, I guess, forget about it a little bit. So I'm like, all right, Hicks, let's see what you got. His first bit of screen time in tonight's game, he is jogging after ball that he easily could have caught. And, you know, you learn this shit back when you were freaking playing right field in Little League. You have priority when it comes to calling off infield when you're coming in. That would have been not even like a nice play. He would have caught it standing up. Yet he lets Josh Donaldson run his ass back halfway into the outfield. That run doesn't mean anything. The Naylor home run, I tweeted it out right after it happened. I said, Naylor and the Guardians better fucking hope that they win this series now, which they still might. You know, game 5's tomorrow. But boy, was that not tonight. Well, yes, true. This is coming out Monday.
Yeah.
That was silly, man. And people are saying, oh, he does it all the time. Okay, then it's silly all the time. And I like Naylor. I like guys that have the energy. But, dude, you hit a solo home run in a game that you are losing in your home stadium. And guess what? We're going to the Bronx Monday night. So it may not turn out all that well for you, Josh Naylor. And I loved Cole's quote after the game, which was so awesome. I may actually play the live video here because the way he said it was cool.
Gerrit, what did you make of Naylor's celebration?
Yeah. Whatever. It's cute.
Yeah, I mean, so it seems like it did bother you a bit.
I mean, I just was made aware of it. Like, I didn't see it in the moment, and it wouldn't have bothered me in the moment. And it just is kind of funny.
Bro, tonight was perfect. It really, really was. There were moments where I was stressed.
Especially the 9th. Bro, the fact that
the
the 9th inning wasn't stressful. Yo, can we also say this? Wandy Peralta has cemented himself as the reliever that I trust most coming out of the Yankees bullpen.
And he said he's going to go tomorrow too.
Yeah. I love it, bro. And one thing I do want to say about Cole as well, bro, he's killed any narrative that he's not clutch, right? If that narrative was ever there, I saw this stat on Twitter and I want to give it to you because it's insane. And I think you probably know it too. Gerrit Cole has the 6th lowest postseason ERA by a starter in the wild card era, which would be since 1995. Bro, the 6th lowest by a starter.
Yeah.
Like the
and
fact that anyone thinks that this man doesn't have that dog in him is insane.
Yeah, and now you can't even say, because people will be like, oh, that all came as a Houston Astro. No, because now you have one bad start to look at for Gerrit Cole as a Yankee, because 2020 had 3 great starts against Guardians and the Rays. 2021 wildcard game was bad. Fine. This year now, 2 amazing starts under his belt. So what is that? 5 out of 6 October starts as a Yankee he's been awesome for.
Yeah.
Cole was amazing. And total stats between these 2 games, 13 and a third innings pitched, 10 hits, 3 earned runs, 16 Ks. That's a 2.03 ERA in the 2022 postseason so far.
That's my ace. That's always been my ace, and he will always be my ace. Like there's no like kind of being like, oh well, Nestor had a lower ERA this season, so nah. Gerrit Cole is your ace. He gets the ball in the big games. He's my dog. And that's just the way I'm looking at it. And if the Yankees hopefully do advance to face the Astros, I'm so confident in him stepping on the mound in Houston and getting the job done.
Yeah,
and then
he's
also
game 1,
in a
he would
potential
be,
World
right?
Series as well. I believe game 2.
Would be game 2.
believe.
Okay. Well, I mean, maybe we should preview a little bit tomorrow, at least pitching wise. I feel like that's kind of the story for both teams. I don't think Cleveland has announced a set starter. I said tomorrow again, by the way, talking Monday night, ALCS game 5.
I believe it's Savali versus.
It is Savali, but it's going to be a hella bullpen game, kind of on both sides, which we know that's kind of an advantage towards Cleveland.
No, I know that's kind of like the logic, but why are we like under the impression that Tyone can't go deep? Like if Tyone's rolling, I think you keep sticking with him.
Yeah, I'll lay out my total like pathway to victory in a second, but it might be because he did come in the other day. Granted, it was only like 15 pitches or so, and also when it's an elimination game, like all hands are on deck. You know what I'm saying? So like naturally, if he gets into any sort of trouble, whether it's like the 2nd, 3rd, or 4th, 5th, like he'll probably be taken out, especially when Nestor Cortez is also available too. So the way I
don't want to use, by the way. I didn't like the way he looked against Cleveland in game 2. I think that it's not a nice matchup style wise for Nestor. Like
they do have a lot of righties.
And also, I mean, they're a very like contact driven team. I would prefer a pitcher that's a little bit like more overpowering. You know what I mean?
Sure. I don't necessarily agree, but I think either way he's going to get in. So the way I look at it is have Tyone/Cortez combined to get you into hopefully through 6. And then for 9 outs, you have Wandy is available. Holmes is available. And then who am I forgetting here? I guess Jonathan Loaiza would get that 3rd inning. Yeah. Trevino. So if you could Trevino as well. I like Trevino is officially the jam guy, by the way, because he is the one that can strike people out. So I feel like if you need somebody to start or to come in mid-inning, he's got to be the first option. And that's something that one of my criticisms of Boone has been in this series is that he's giving his relievers not fresh innings when he very well could have been. And that's kind of where you can factor in a little bit of the overmanaging thing. But ideally, yes, if Tyone/Cortez can get you through 6, which isn't asking all that much, hell, give us 3-3 or 4-2, whatever. And then Loaiza, fresh start in the 7th. I guess Wandy, fresh start in the 8th, or Clay. I mean, I feel like at this point, like it's Wandy and Clay as a closer. And I thought Clay looked really good tonight. A lot of people were saying he was still wild, which is true. Believe it or not,
he looked better.
He did. And I think that pitch to Jose Ramirez that he struck him out on, I actually think that was kind of nasty. Now, it was nowhere near the strike zone, but like the break on it at least. And that's a big thing for him. You saw it on the very first pitch of the night he threw with the sinker and then that breaking ball to Ramirez. Clay Holmes, I think I can say now is 90% back, which is huge. So, yeah, dude, I mean, while Cleveland definitely has the advantage technically out of the pen, we're set up pretty damn well tomorrow, and it's in the Bronx. And the offense looked good tonight too. Game 4. I really thought they
100%.
did. And go ahead.
No, yeah, I was gonna say also like don't sleep on like a Domingo Germán coming out of the bullpen either. Like there's a solid chance that maybe we see him tomorrow as well. Which would be a little bit like iffy because he hasn't pitched in a hot minute. But I'm assuming he's like been staying fresh and whatnot. But yeah, no, the offense look solid. Harrison Bader keeps doing his thing, bro. I would say that so far offensively, he's been the ALDS MVP. Gerrit Cole has been that for pitching. As far as offense goes, Harrison Bader is that guy. And it's just so funny. Like, just Dan, I'm listening to us talk, right? And for everyone out there who watched the last episode, complete 180. Like, we are insane individuals to like within a 24, not even, we recorded the other episode probably like 12 hours ago, and now we are back on the World Series thing, back on the yo we're winning game 5, give us Houston. And we kind of knew it was gonna happen, right? Because I even said I was like we're feeling horrible now after game 3, but if the Yankees pull up and they win tonight and they win game 5, we're looking at it completely differently. Like, we forget game 3 ever happened. And yes, it does suck because, yeah, today should have been the clinching game, but that's fine. Now you play with the cards that you're dealt and you win game 5 because I'm super, super confident going into game 5 now.
Yeah, no, 100%. And I feel like, and this is something that kind of bothered me overall when we lost the first game or the game 2, and people were like, well, even when we win this series, we should have swept. So I'm going to be disappointed. I think that's ridiculous because to me, momentum, when you're compared from sweeping a series in 3 to being down 2-1 and having your back against the wall and showing up and coming back to win that series, to me, momentum wise, that's just as good, if not better, than sweeping. As for, yeah, dude, this morning, I think it's definitely hilarious, but man, it's baseball. And like, I wouldn't change any other way. And we saw it coming. I mean, I had them winning tonight's game because the pitching matchup was well in our favor. Yeah. And I think a big part of why we're extra vibes off the chart good right now, it was a very well played game. Cole looked great. Bullpen was probably the best bullpen game they've had this series. The offense, like we said, looks solid. Defense, outside of Hicks being a lazy, was awesome. Cabrera, I thought, was great at short. He's going to start again on Monday night.
He should.
Yeah, absolutely. And dude, feeling good right now. I really am. So win tomorrow. And I'll tell you this right now, Houston is automatically considered to be the better team, which they are, 100% fair.
Sure.
They didn't wow me in Seattle. Like, they looked beatable. They really did. It's just one thing. Do not pitch to Yordan Alvarez. Dead ass. Like, seriously, if you're up 4-1, say you're up 4-1 in the ninth against him, I'm getting ahead of myself here. Barry Bonds treatment with the bases loaded. You walk him. Because who really scares you else in that line? I mean, we'll obviously do like an Astros ALCS preview. What I'm getting at here is, one, it's baseball. Like I've been saying this entire playoffs. It's a crapshoot. The fucking Phillies are in the goddamn NLCS. Anything can happen. The Yankees are good enough to where you get to an ALCS with the Houston Astros, they're beatable. They 100% are.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what, though. I think that it's really interesting, and obviously it's something that we'd break down more in a potential ALCS preview, which hopefully we do get to record. But I think that it would be very interesting because I feel like for the first time in a while, the Yankees would be going into a postseason series as like major underdogs. And maybe they'd be able to like play with a chip on their shoulder, and not only chip on their shoulder, but kind of play a little bit loose, like how we've seen the Guardians play, right? Like the Guardians are playing the Yankees, like they kind of have nothing to lose. So if the Yankees kind of like have that mentality facing the Astros, that's huge. But yeah, no, dude, I'm kind of like on cloud 9 right now. However, I am keeping in mind, like, the series obviously isn't over. You got to win game 5. Yeah. And I'm still kind of keeping that same mentality where my expectations are kind of like, I'm not getting myself too amped up. You know what I mean? Like I just want to see how tomorrow transpires. I'm just going to let it happen. You know
I
would
what I mean? Be on the same wavelength as you, but there's something about the fact that we're going back to the Bronx and it's a night game in the Bronx. If we thought the energy was great game 1, tomorrow it's going to be absolutely insane. And you mentioned how the Guardians, kind of playing with house's money a little bit, not too much pressure. I think that definitely applied going into Sunday night's game in game 4. But now coming to the Bronx, I mean, sure, they handled it game 2, but there's a big difference in atmosphere when you're talking an afternoon game versus a nighttime playoff elimination game 5 winner takes all in the Bronx. Mm-hmm. And I would say starting pitching wise, that's where we do have the advantage because Savali ain't really all that. So
no,
assuming that part goes to plan, like I'm feeling good about game 5 is kind of what I'm getting. I really am.
Yeah.
Yo, what's up, guys? Dan here. Brief interruption to let you know that our friends over at Best Jersey Throwbacks are having an insane deal. Buy 3, get 1 free sale for a limited time. They have all our favorite Yankee players like Aaron Judge, Derek Jeter, Oswaldo Cabrera, and many, many more. Also, have other MLB teams as well. So if you're looking for players like Shohei Ohtani, Julio Rodriguez, and many more, you also got NBA jerseys, NFL, NHL, and even custom jerseys as well. So why spend over $150 on jerseys when you can buy them for $50 or less at bestjerseythrowbacks.com and get 4 jerseys for the price of 1. They provide an affordable buying experience for fans passionate about their favorite players and teams. Your purchase also comes with a tracking number and 24-hour customer service. Click the link in the description to check them out. You will not regret it.
And that's what I was kind of going to say, right? Like, I'm looking at game 5, and I think that the huge thing for the Yankees, if they do want to win that game, is going to be scoring early. I think that if you could capitalize on Savali while he's in the game, I think that's when you need to score your runs. Like, if you can, like, in the first or second inning, get like a 3-run shot off of him, get him out of the game, get the Guardians bullpen in as early as possible. I think that, like, that is what the Yankees goal is going to be. Because if Savali goes out there and he gives Cleveland like 4 scoreless, that's a danger scenario. Like that's a disaster scenario, because we all know Class A could come in for like 3 innings. We all know as much as he's like struggled against his Karinchak, he's good. Stefan, like they have a lot of really good rested arms in their bullpen. So if you could score early and score a lot, that's got to be the goal.
Dude, it's funny you mentioned that too about the 3-run shot, because that's exactly what I was just suddenly envisioning, is that the way the Yankees are going to win this game is I see it being Anthony Rizzo. I'm not trying to fortune tell here or anything, but I could just see a 3-run bomb, and that's what's going to, win us the game. And I hopefully you don't go down, or go down early, because man, an elimination game, like even if it's a 1-0 lead in the first, dude, like fuck, that would be awful. But dude, no, I'm, maybe it's back to me being like ridiculous optimism kid, but like feeling good, man. Let's take game 5, bro. What did we say this morning? Even when we were depressed, fuck it, Yanks in 5. And now
that's been my motto for the last 24 hours, bro. And also, I try to be like a nice guy. You know what I mean? And I think I just want to say, like, before the series like is wrapping up, I think we should give a little credit where credit's due to the Guardians, bro. Like they've played us a lot more difficult than I expected. I thought the series was going to be like a cakewalk for the Yankees for the most part. I think we both predicted like Yankees in 4. But even with that being said, like I think that the series has been 10,000 times more competitive than I thought it was going to be. So shout out to them.
Yeah, in terms of their on the field play, I'd say it's easily the most frustrating brand of baseball that I can watch as an opposing fan. And that's a compliment to them. They really don't have, I mean, Josh Naylor is now on my shit list, but they really don't have anybody that's not likable. I mean, even Naylor, I think he's just a little bit obnoxious. I'll give him a pass. Oh, very true. Yeah. But, he's clearly an outcast in the group. But, the Guardians, shout out to them. And, hey, going to be fun. Like, no matter what, game 5 is going to be electric. It's going to be
It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. Do we have, like, do we give final score predictions?
It's tough in baseball. I don't know if we should. I mean, fuck it. I'll say 6-1 Yankees.
I think I said this before on my stream. I think I'm going to go 4-1 Yankees. Yanks in 5, bro. Like that. That's the bottom line. And then you said Rizzo's going to be like the star of the game. You know who mine is going to be?
I guess. Oh, wait, no. I'm not allowed to guess.
No, you can
I said
guess.
you couldn't guess
you
before.
can guess.
You're a better friend than I am.
You're
Judge?
No, I feel like that's kind of like an easy out.
That's why we always outlaw him from
Yo, I'm going to say Gleyber, bro. I don't know what it is. I feel like something with Gleyber is like it's building to fruition, bro.
Like an Oppo bomb to right center.
Not even. I think that there's going to be like second and third 1 out in like the 2nd inning or something, and he's going to hit like an opposite field double, clear the bases, put us up like 3-0 or something. Like I'm feeling it. I really am.
I'll tell you, I'm down for that. But also, if Harrison Bader does anything remotely as awesome as he's been doing the first 4 games of the series, like I may have to get his face tattooed on my thigh.
He's a Yankee. Like everything
he's an
about
awesome
him.
Yankee.
You want to know something really interesting? Oh, what? Dude, it's fire. I was thinking about this before. And you might agree, you might disagree. I don't know. But he's kind of everything that I wanted Clint Frazier to be.
Yeah. And he's actually likable.
Like the swag to him, like he's got the turtleneck, he's got like that mouth guard he's always chewing on, he's got the pop, bro. I love Harrison Bader, and he's kind of just everything that we've been looking for. W trade, bro. 10 out of 10, dude.
Monty's playing golf right now, and I love Monty, I really do. But pumped to have Bader. And you know what? Also, it's just cool to see, and it shouldn't matter, but it's like, you see how much he's chilling with Judge, and like I feel like that automatically means like, all right, word. So he's cool as fuck in person too, because like you have a new kid show up to school or something, he's like automatically chilling with like the people that you consider cool or like think highly of, and it's like, all right, word, I'd probably fuck with him too. So like you can tell the Yankee clubhouse loves him, like, and it's so cool too how quickly he's kind of become, I don't want to say the captain, not the captain, or the outfield. It seems like whether it's Oswaldo in left or even the way he talks to Judge, like, they kind of look at him like, bro, like, you know what you're doing in center field. Like, defensively, like, you got your shit down. And just cool, I feel like, to see them talk. Like, even with that ball that Bader misplayed earlier today, just seeing the way he would talk to Judge about it. Like, it just seems like there's such a big respect for him on this Yankee team, and there should be. And among the fan base, too. I mean, I sent him a couple DMs today, which I've been doing so much to players for years now, and haven't had too many of them respond. But I feel like Bader just might. I don't know why. And people say I look like him, so
no, you do. I think we talked about that, like, especially when you had like your full uniform on. Well, it's a little bit like Bader. I'll give it to you. But bro, overall, super confident going into game 5. But I think we do need to realize it's game 5. Anything can happen, and mentally, I'm prepared for the worst but I'm hoping for the best.
Also, I want to
Really
say
it.
I feel good about JMO tomorrow. I really do. I
So
mean,
do I.
especially from a pressure standpoint. Let's call back to game 162 of last year when we were trying to make or break the playoffs or make or not make the playoffs against Tampa Bay. Balled up on
Yeah,
a bum ass
forgot about
angle,
that.
like 3 scoreless innings. I think it was 3 or 4 scoreless innings was awesome. So yeah, no, feeling good all around. Back in the Bronx, nighttime, gonna be an electric atmosphere.
Shout
Yo,
out to JMO, bro. I'm excited.
I
I'm
love
really
JMO.
excited.
I'm pumped for him. I'm pumped for this Yankee team. And dude, ready to go. I guess it's gonna wrap up this episode. Any final thoughts? We're chilling.
Yeah, no. Last thing I'm gonna say is next time we talk to you guys, the Yankees are either gonna be moving on to the ALCS or it's gonna be your
Yo,
2022 post-mortem
I
episode,
was
bro.
gonna
And
say,
also, like a potential thing here, which was also a potential thing in game 4, could be Judge's last game as a Yankee.
oh,
I mean, just saying,
out
dude.
of here. No, but yo, it's so true because it's like not what you said at the end, but we're either gonna come back tomorrow with this energy or the energy we had earlier this morning, which
No,
was
worse,
bro, that was like
worse,
yeah,
bro.
yeah. So all right, that's gonna do it. We'll see you guys next time. Drop a like, drop a comment, subscribe, rate, review, subscribe. I can never say that. Let's go with that. I'm just gonna stop
It's like a
telling
tongue
the
twister.
podcast people what to do. I guess
Like,
so.
She sells seashells by the seashore.
Yeah, well, apparently it's not a tongue twister to you. If I said it, it'd come out like God knows what. That's to do it. We'll see you guys next time. Yanks at 5, baby. Let's go. Let's go, Yanks.